So hi everyone, welcome to the live session, and today we have this maxillary molar. This is maxillary first molar, and in this molar there is caries, as you can see, visualize it, and we have planned to do the excess cavity preparation for this molar. This is the mesial aspect, the mesiobuccal cusp, the distobuccal cusp, and the palatal cusp. So how should we begin? What are the things that we should be considering is all would be covered in this short live sessions. So let us begin step by step. And in between, if you have any queries, you can ask in the comment section as and when we are progressing. So initially, when we start to plan the excess cavity preparation, we will remove the caries that is there. So the occlusal aspect, which is covering, which is basically covered by the caries, it would be removed, and then we would have a central approach. We won't go or approach from the distal aspect or the mesial aspect, but keep the central approach with the round, big round diamond point, and would go slowly removing the caries with the central approach. So let us begin the preparation. See intermittently how you are removing the caries over here, and with the central approach, preserve the sound tooth structure as much as you can. Now visually inspect if the things are going correct. See how much the caries has been removed, and we are going inside the tooth. Now we are into or onto the roof of the pulp chamber. So this is the roof of the pulp chamber that is there, this darker area, and once we get a drop, then we would enter the pulp chamber. We have removed almost the caries that was there on the occlusal aspect. Over here, this is the mesial cusp, so the chances are that the mesiobuccal canal would be located underneath this, the tip of this mesiobuccal cusp, somewhere over here. Distal would be located somewhere over here, and the palatal would go over here, roughly inside this. So we are just undermining the things, and we would go slowly. Now this is the time we would get the burr drop as we go deeper inside. So this is the approach, should be slow and steady. Yes, we have obtained the burr drop. So now you can see that we had obtained this burr drop over here. This one. And now we need to just remove this roof of the pulp chamber from all the aspects so that we can explore the canal orifices. Remember, do not go deep inside. Once you have obtained the drop, you need to just concentrate on removing the roof of the pulp chamber. Now you are seeing these overhanging margins on the walls, as you can see over here. So this is the time you need some burr that would not perforate the excess cavity and would refine this shape. So we would now switch to the endo excess burr from the round diamond point. So this is our endo excess burr. So once you have defined the excess cavity shape, as you can see now, This is the time you will introduce the DG16 probe. So this is the DG16 probe. And let us explore the canal orifices. So over here, this is the mesobuccal canal orifices just beneath the mesobuccal cusp, as you can see. Then there is the distobuccal canal somewhere over here. Your probe should engage into that orifice. And your palatal canal orifice somewhere over here. So this is the time you can introduce a reamer file to negotiate the canal, or a 10K file to negotiate the canal once you have identified the orifices. So you can start with the larger canal if you have difficulties. So first, this is the palatal canal. As you can see, the reamer goes smoothly inside. No need to press it, as you have not yet taken the working length. Just negotiate the canals. So this was the palatal one. Then try to identify the distal orifice. Over here you can see that there is a distobuccal canal. The orientation of the file going towards the distobuccal cusp. Just remove it, and then you should be able to identify the mesobuccal canal. So this is going right beneath the mesobuccal canal over here. So these are the minimum canals that you can find. Try to look for more canals, that is the mesobuccal 1, 2 and 3. So the minimum number of canals that you are seeing has been looked for. Now once you have inserted the files into the canal, this is the time you should always use an endodontic irrigation protocol with a side vent needle. So this is a side vent needle. You can start with the first irrigant that you can start with is the sodium hypochlorite. And why? Because you need a time with the sodium hypochlorite to dissolve the necrotic or dissolve the pulp tissue that is there. As we have inserted the file, so once we have identified the orifices, this is the time we can refine these undermining structures that are there, so that we can remove these things. That's all. Don't use the burr more, as you may damage the other things. Just a little bit on the mesobuccal aspect. Yes, that's all. Hope now you can look for the orifices easily. That this is the mesobuccal canal orifice, and then the distal buccal canal orifice and the palatal canal orifice. So we have identified all the canals. In the next session we would begin with how we can enlarge these canal orifices to visually see when we are not using the endodontic microscope. So hope the things were clear, and the approach should be simple, straightforward with a central approach so that we can identify the canals, and once we are able to identify the canals we would introduce the initial 10K or the 8K file to negotiate these canals, and then proceed with the further cleaning and shaping of these canals and take the working length before. So hope the things were clear. If you have any queries you can ask in the comment section and we would meet up. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.